The Psycho Killer, Tommaso Ciampa's first TNT title defense, and a new luchador, a masked man on the Death Riders? Well, no, not really. But we'll get into that later. This is the first episode of All Elite Spotlight. I'm your host, TNT Motley. And just like tonight's show, we're going to kick it off straight into action. What we had for the first match was a super kick party. Yep, that is the Young Bucks, Matt and Nick Jackson. They set off in a straight up tag team match against the Gates of Agony, GOA, Ricochet's Toughies. So it was just a match basically to see the winner would then go on to next week's coming Dynamite in Ontario, California, not Canada, California. They'll be going on to face the Rascalz and a mystery team, a wild card team. And the winner of that will go on to go ahead and fight FTR for the AEW Tag Team Championships. So the night started off. Great match, great first match, high pace, a lot of action. The Bucks, GOA, as one could expect. A lot of power between Toa Liona and Bishop Khan. Toa started off the match, as well did Matt Jackson. And GOA, they got their stuff in. They dominated the early part, but then, there was the classic Young Bucks speed and tag team prowess that have made them who they are. They eventually took over for quite a bit of the match. Nick Jackson, man, what can you say about that guy? He is as smooth as ever. I mean, it never ceases to amaze me. He just pulls off the amazing and just makes it look so easy. Matt's great too. He's a great wrestler as well. And I really like that Nick really seems to be in the best shape of his career the past few years. Seems to be in a really good spot. It's also good hearing the that super kick party music again. That old EVP entrance did grow on me, so I do kind of miss it, to be honest. But hey, who doesn't love a good super kick party? So anyway, back to the match. So there were a couple memorable spots. Toa, he's gotten into this habit of doing the moonsault attempt off the apron onto the floor. This time didn't quite make it all the way. Landed almost directly on his head. Still made contact with the Bucks, but my goodness, that looked ugly. But got right up. Was not phased. Hopefully he's all good. I know that adrenaline can be kicking and can make you do great things. A big strong man like that as well. I'm sure he did not want to stay down, but he got up, continued the match, no problem. And it is an amazing thing to see. But we'll see if he attempts that more in the future. Another standout moment. Nick Jackson, of course, the Escalara, running, springboarding off the top onto the floor, landing on his feet. What more can you say about that guy? It's just expected, right? It's expected. It's Nick Jackson. Come on. So the match went a little bit of back and forth. Couple of false finishes. The Young Bucks attempted the EVP trigger, didn't work out the first time. Got it again. The match ended. Meltzer driver, Nick pins Bishop, and that's the end. Cue up the super kick party music again. But as the match ended, before they had a chance to celebrate, FTR and Big Stoke, they cut in on the monitor, the big screen, and they cut a promo, just letting the Bucks know that, hey, we have our history, we have our rivalry. You guys are great. But while they are both tied at 3 AEW Tag Team Championships in the company, the FTR, obviously, big shocker here, see themselves head and shoulders above the rest, which would include the Young Bucks. So a lot of title belt counting across companies. But it's looking like, of course, we may have another run it back with them again. The Young Bucks back in their tassels and bright colors, shades of the Rock and Roll Express against hard hitting FTR, old school, little Midnight Express. Hey, I'm here for it. I love it. So we have a possibility of that match coming up. Not too much in the very near future. This Sunday, actually, for that showdown in Australia, the Grand Slam. But before we get there, there was a couple video packages before the next match. The next one was just a TNT title video package, just going over what had happened previously the last week with the open challenge set by Mark Briscoe, answered, of course, by Psycho Killer Tommaso Ciampa. Yeah, straight from the other company, coming in to answer the call, stake his claim, and having a successful challenge and becoming, in his first match in AEW, the TNT champion, and coveting not Goldie, but Sylvie, as he refers to it. So they also pumped up the opponents that Ciampa would be facing today, as he did continue Briscoe's open challenge for the TNT title. He would be facing Claudio Castagnoli and Roderick Strong, and they showed some pretty great Ring of Honor footage from them from back in the day, years and years ago. Then there was another package. This one was for Brody King, which was post-match from this past Dynamite, where he beat MJF with a little bit of distraction, helped choke them out and beat him. So Brody King just saying that, he is coming and he's going to be the champion. I love Brody King. I'm glad he's getting this spot, and I wish him the best of luck. We would hear from MJF in the future. Hopefully it's a solid match. Brody King has a great showing, and who knows? Maybe he can do it. But their match is set for, let's see here. Was it Grand Slam or was it Dynamite? Yeah, it's at Grand Slam. Yeah, that's the big one. Okay, so going from there was another promo. So 3 promos in a row after that first match. This one was Big Stat Daddy Kris Statlander coming down to the ring to be interviewed by Renee. She got her entrance in there, but as soon as she got in the ring, basically blindsided by Thekla as she was getting down there to speak about their future match, of which by the announcers, the commentators, they mentioned that Statlander would be being able to make the stipulation, since they already did have a one-on-one and Statlander did beat her 1-2-3. So they're going to run it back. This time Statlander will be able to make the stipulation. However, like I mentioned, Thekla wore her out. Then came the Sisters of Sin, Julia Hart, Sky Blue. They held her down, face down on the canvas, and Statlander proceeded to get her, I guess the kids would call it BTA. So yeah, Thekla just wore her out. It was pretty brutal. She beat her over and over again. It's definitely another memorable moment of the night, because it wasn't just a couple shots here and there. No, she went back at her and laid it in pretty hard. And you can see the welts on Statlander's back afterwards. So afterwards, Thekla picked up the title, foot on Stat, holding it up, walks up the ramp with her cronies, and then Statlander, before they can leave, she grabs the mic and says, and your mileage may vary on, Statlander's charisma, but I am a huge fan of Statlander. Always have been, always will be. I would say pound for pound, she's the best women's wrestler in AEW, if not multiple companies, and professional wrestling as a whole. She can make everybody look good and easily. So she said she's not going to be Statlander. She'll transform to Straplander. So yes, strap match is on cue for this coming Dynamite for the title. So another title defense for Statlander against Thekla, this time strap match this coming Wednesday on Dynamite. I'm sure it'll be another good match because I really actually enjoyed their first match. Thekla really showed me that she can hang in that top spot. But again, when you get in the ring with Statlander, she kind of makes she can make a star out of just about anybody, I believe. So while we're here together, just be sure to hit like, subscribe to my channel here. Please share as much as you can. I'm just trying to get started here. I'll be doing more to make these videos better as time goes on. So right now, I just want to get on and share my thoughts with y'all. And please feel free to comment in the comment section. Speak your mind. If you agree, disagree, just be respectful. I'll be happy to chat it up with you guys. We all love wrestling here, and AEW is the best of the best. So looking forward to speaking with you guys. And just don't be shy about reaching out in that comment section. Okay, so after the Statlander situation, we had Kyle Fletcher backstage for the promo, which before he really got too deep into it, he was starting to mention the TNT title. Okada came in and with his international title, and he went ahead and took a couple of shots at Takeshita, saying that that while Okada is in Fletcher's corner, where's Takeshita? He's worried about his own title ambitions, but so that obviously has not been resolved. So we still have that to look forward to, which I'm definitely looking forward to. Okada and Takeshita, they've been building that up for a while, and they both can really go. So I am definitely waiting for that, for when they finally get to mix it up, to see what will actually happen with the Don Callis family, see if there'll be any splits or rifts, because Kyle Fletcher, he likes them both. He definitely has that loyalty to Takeshita since they started out in it together before Okada showed up in the family. But Okada, he also gets along with Fletcher too. And to end the promo, he snuck in a little proto Okada, and Fletcher gave it back to him. So, Okada knows what he's doing, stoking that trouble and trying to get people, make sure everyone's on his side. But that was actually, during that promo, the most I've heard Okada speak English on AEW TV. That was a really solid promo by him. So really enjoyed it. It's good stuff. That one, after that was followed up by one-on-one match. Scorpio Sky with Christopher Daniels going against Kevin Knight with Speedball in his corner. So one-on-one, they both had their respective representatives in the corner. No outside interference, just there for support. Two good guys going at it, just seeing who's the best. However, during the match, I did like how the story played out, because they both had their egos. Scorpio Sky, former two-time TNT champion, former tag team champion here in AEW. So it was really good. They were going back and forth. Kevin Knight showing some of that attitude. It looks like he's continuing that desire to show that he's not so much just the future, but he's the present. And, other people, Scorpio Sky included, he wasn't hesitant to point out that he was the past. So there was a lot of that going on in the match, trying to show each other up. Solid match. Scorpio Sky, he's still got it. He's getting up there in age, Father Time comes for us all. But, and when you get in there with Kevin Knight, that guy, I mean, he's sky's the limit with him. That leaping clothesline he does from inside the ring over the top to the outside ramp. That's just so smooth, so smooth. UFO splash, makes it look easy. Makes it look easy. I do like the coast to coast that he does. Don't like to see it too often, and we didn't see it tonight, so that's good too. You don't need to pull that out every night. I feel like there's a high risk getting hurt some way or other, be it concussion, hitting your head on accident on that distance, or any little thing like that. So pull it out at special times. No, it definitely doesn't have to be every Wednesday or Saturday night. So it's good. Solid match, a little back and forth. In the end, UFO splash ended it, and there was handshakes all around. Kevin Knight, Speedball, Christopher Daniels, Scorpio. So classic, just good match. Young up and comer against old guard, I guess you could say. Following that, there was an interesting promo. Hook, out in the night, out in the street by himself, talking about Joe and his injury and where that leaves him and the ops. He was talking about how they were, on top, Trios champion. Joe was the world champion. And now, they have nothing. Joe's out on injury. And I guess he mentioned that, Joe said that he would be the boss, filling in as boss of the ops. My question is, boss of who in the ops? I mean, without Joe, without Hobbs, who's no longer there, I mean, there's not really an ops to talk about. So we'll see if maybe there's going to be some recruiting. There's going to be some new blood injected into that, because I don't see it just being a two-man group and the lackeys they like to bring out. So we'll see. That will be interesting, I think, to see where that goes, and how Hook handles it in being in the boss role of a group, if there is a group. But I'm sure we'll find out soon. Next was just a fun little match. Mina Shirakawa versus Viva Van. The commentators did a good job of just letting the fans know at home, that they were a former tag team together. And the crowd was really, really hot for Viva Van, actually. They were split with Mina Shirakawa chants and Viva Van chants. So it really made for a good match, good atmosphere, a lot of good back and forth. Not a very long match, and it ended with Viva tapping out to the figure four. And as Mina was making her way up the ramp, her music cut off because out came Marina Shafir, coming out to the crowd with her Death Riders music. No physicality between them, just the disrespect, I guess, to continue that little history between Mina and Marina, that they've had since like Blood and Guts and since then, but no physicality. So Marina Shafir, she was came out with Yuta. They were having a mixed tag team match. Mox in their corner against Dante and Zeta Steel from Skyflight. So a Death Riders versus Skyflight mixed tag team intergender match. Mox ended up on commentary, doing his, just straight shooting, not being a heel or a face, just, he started off saying positive things about Zeta, how she's showing signs of promise. But I mean, for the most part, the Death Rider team was in control. I think even at one point, Zeta got spanked by Shafir in the ring. But Zeta did get to put in a couple good moves. Dante, he did his high flying a little bit, but not a very long match. And ultimately, it was Marina Shafir and Yuta, of course, coming out on top. The the good combination move by Marina Shafir that ended with Zeta tapping out or passing out at the mother's milk finisher. Now, at the end of the match, again, Wheeler Yuta got some clippers and was threatening to cut the hair first. It seemed like he was going after Dante, who some might say, a haircut might help. No offense, Dante. Great talent. But anyway, and then he went to Zeta, and he was going to cut her hair. And that's when Tony's timeless Tony Storm, her music hit. She made the save, ran into the ring with a pair of barber's scissors, got her hands on Marina Shafir, but she was able to get out. So there was just a stare down. Ended up with Orange Cassidy and Tony in the ring, Yuta and Marina Shafir out there. And of course, the commentators really selling up the point of this hair versus hair match, which is a very interesting stipulation because they keep letting you know that, hey, if Marina Shafir gets pinned or submitted, she loses the match. It's her hair that's gone. Same with Tony. Then Orange Cassidy, obviously, not interested as well. And come on now, Yuta's hair, that's been his defining trait. That would be interesting. If he gets shaved. Lord knows he's got, I'm pretty sure the entire crowd and fan base just about would love to see that happen. So we'll see. That's going to be a very interesting match just to see how it all turns out. And that match will take place in Australia at that Grand Slam this coming Sunday. So getting closer to the end of the show here. There was another promo. This was for the Brawling Birds, the new tag team of the Brits, Jamie Hayter and her gal pal over there. Apparently they're going to be called the Brawling Birds. So, I mean, that's good. I'm a huge fan of Jamie Hayter. I was kind of upset that she, when she was gone, she was definitely missed. And when she came back, it kind of seemed like the division had kind of passed her by. So she's still been trying to kind of find her footing in that new world now. So Alex Windsor, they both have the British thing going. They're both, hard hitting, physical, both talented. So getting into the tag team division for the women's, not a bad idea. And tag team division's actually really solid. If they can give it a little more time, that'll be great. Because with Penelope Ford and the Mega Sis, I guess they're calling themselves the Mega Bads now, which is pretty good. I like that. Huge fan of both of them. Actually was rooting for them to be the inaugural champions, but definitely happy with Babes of Wrath too. So they will actually be going up there next in line. The Mega Bads they'll be facing the Babes of Wrath at Grand Slam in Australia this coming Sunday. Another great title match to look forward to. But that's getting ahead of ourselves. We're not there yet. So the Brawling Birds, as they will now be known, Jamie Hayter and Alex Windsor, they will be, I'm sure, making their tag team debut coming soon down the road. Following that promo was the answer or the response to Brody King's earlier post-match promo from Dynamite. It was MJF's, and he was definitely intense, definitely heated. Did not focus on Brody King first. It was all about his hatred of Hangman, who caused that distraction, which he believes cost him the match, rightfully so. So he spent the first part of that promo just expressing his hatred for the man. And then spoke a little bit about Andrade. Got in a little quip there. Nothing too serious. Then went to Brody and basically said that he was kind of dismissing him, but that he would make an example of him. Not on those exact words, but, saying that he likes to bark, and you can probably infer the rest of the comment. You know how MJF usually goes at it. Dogs barking. You can fill in the rest. intense promo. So we'll see where that goes. He definitely mentioned that he feels like he's backed in a corner with all these challenges coming at him at once. Can't also forget Kenny wants a piece, Swerve wants a piece. So he said he's a backed up animal, and he's gonna make everyone pay, starting with Brody King. Speaking of Swerve and Omega, they also have a face-to-face this coming Wednesday on Dynamite. But after that, then it was for a quick, and I do mean quick, like maybe 2 minutes, maybe 2 minutes. About the time it took Thekla to come out with the Sisters of Sin. It probably took about that same amount of time for her to beat Brittany Brooks, who also was a local favorite there. She had some support for the whole minute or two that the match lasted. It's a quick spear, quick pin. Then she got the Statlander treatment, held down, and whipped with the belt. Nobody came out to say poor Brittany. She just took it. That was it. Then they cut to another promo out on the street. Jon Moxley talking about Takeshita. They show some good footage of a younger Takeshita and his rise to prominence, winning the NWJP Tag Team Heavyweight Championship. Sorry. Excuse me. So it was really good, and Mox just expressing how he wants to get his win back from his loss against Takeshita during the Classic, the Continental Classic. So we know they're gonna definitely go at it. Takeshita is so good, and Jon Moxley, he can't go wrong with a match with him in it. So Continental title, that will actually be Jon Moxley's first defense of the Continental title, which was surprising. I guess he had some of those eliminator matches, but he'll be defending it for the first time there against Takeshita at Grand Slam. So then we had the big 8-man tag parking lot brawl. Apparently first and only one that did not take place at Jacksonville Daly's place. And as could be expected, a lot of, not too much blood actually, but a lot of just a lot of fun, a lot of the violence that you would expect. There was some funny moments, of course, which had to go in, with the Rascalz, with their whole up in smoke type attitude. Some interesting moves, because I was wondering how they would fit in a fight like that. Just not a classical wrestling match, a fight outside the ring, just because they're such high flyers and they're not really brawlers at all. But they did pull off some cool moves. Shooting star press off the roof of a limo onto Big Bill. There was a great spot where Big Bill caught, I believe it was Xavier, and press slammed him over from one side of the limo over to the other side. That was a pretty cool look. They also said some good camera work as well. There was a camera inside one of the cars, so when someone got, who was it that got choke slammed onto a windshield, but you saw it from the vantage point of inside the car when it happened. So you saw his back hit the windshield and it like explode towards you. I thought that was pretty cool. Yeah, that was Wentz. He got choke slammed by Big Bill onto there. The Grizzled Young Veterans, they did a doomsday device to Xavier of the Rascalz. I guess I should mention that. Sorry. The teams were Eddie Kingston, Ortiz, and the Rascalz, which is Wentz and Xavier, and they were going against the Grizzled Young Veterans, Gibson and Drake, and then their partners were Big Bill and Keith, Bad Apple Keith. So a lot of back and forth, a lot of trying to keep up with the action going all over. Pretty sure Eddie was jabbing Gibson with a fork at the beginning. So there were There was one moment where Big Bill grabbed that. He had his classic backpack, which made me think of Powerhouse Hobbs again. That moment that they shared with the brick in the backpack. I took it, chucked it at one of the Rascalz, who ducked and went smashing through a limo window. It was pretty crazy. So just a fun, wild match. We got to see Isla Dawn come out to help Grizzled Young Veterans, as it looked like the match was going to end in the favor of Eddie and his squad. She came out, bashed Ortiz from behind, had a lead pipe, and as she was about to let him have it, Myron Reed, the third member of the Rascalz, he came out, stopped her, threw her in the back of a van, and I don't know what happened. I guess took off with her. I'm sure it was fine, right? But anyway, Ortiz ended up powerbombing James Drake onto a windshield. Eddie DDT Gibson on the roof of a limo. 1, 2, 3, match's over. You have your winners. Like I said, parking lot brawl match. You know, it's gonna go crazy. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. I love those things. I mean, AEW, when they do them, they do it right. It was a lot of fun. So big win for me. Okay, so then we were leading up for the promo from there on out. So they went to Roderick Strong backstage, and as he was getting started with his promo, former champion Mark Briscoe rolled in, interrupted, made the quick apology, but he let it be known that, you know, he's proud of Roderick Strong for stepping up, but he wants his shot too, so he's not going away. And what he did ask was that if Roderick Strong did win it, if Roddy did win tonight, then if he would do him the honor as a fellow conglomeration guy to give him the first shot. To which, to no one's shock, if you've been paying attention, Roderick Strong said, "No, I'm not a conglomeration guy." As he's always said, always will say, comes out in the black tee, does not wear their stuff, and come on now. So that's where we left it with that, and it was on to the main event, which, I mean, I was looking forward to this all night, of course. Well, since knowing that the match was made, we had Claudio, CMLL champ, coming out first. And you know how he comes out, which I love the aesthetic they do with the red backstage. He always likes to be posted up somewhere different. This time you could notice, you know, you can't really see much but a silhouette for him, but you can tell he has something on his head. Then you see, oh, there's a mask. Then he comes out of the crowd to the ringside. He's got the lucha mask, black. And it's a Death Rider specific mask. He took it off, but that did look it looked pretty tight. Excalibur mentioned it was the winged owl mask. So I'm sure they've got to be selling that. So keep your eyes out for that one. That's gonna be pretty hot. I want one. So then Roderick Strong came out, and then the Psycho Killer, TNT champ himself, Ciampa. Now this match, I mean, man, you knew it was going to be physical. I mean, the chops alone, these guys were doing chops, overhanded, open hand slaps, like strikes, those palm strikes, as William Regal would call them. I mean, just hard shots, brutal, but everything was so tight, crisp, and smooth. It's just they just worked so well. You know, triple threats sometimes can be a little wonky, but those guys really, I mean, they worked so well together. I mean, it was a really, really good, hard contested fight. I mean, there was this one moment on the outside where Ciampa comes running at Claudio, who's slumped in the corner sitting on a steel chair. Claudio just pops up, catches him as Ciampa, you know, tries to hit him with a rising knee, just like was nothing. press slam, walks him over to the table, blam, drops him. I mean, Claudio, he's just so impressive. I'm really happy that, he's a world champion, and he's, he just deserves all the respect, because he's one of the best to do it. He's really just one of the best to do it. So I'm glad he gets that recognition. I'm glad he has a place where he can actually apply his craft and be appreciated for as great a wrestler as he is. Ciampa and Roderick Strong, I mean, the same. I mean, Strong is so good, and he's so believable in the ring. He really goes at it so hard. I mean, he had this sequence where he ended up with having Ciampa powerbombed him. Ciampa kicks out, seamlessly rolls him into a Boston Crab, angle Boston Crab. Claudio comes in, gives him a shot, not phased, spits in his face. The one move I'm not taking. You're not spitting in my face, but spits in Claudio's face. Claudio has enough, uppercut. You know how he does it. So the match, a little bit more back and forth. Wasn't a terribly long match. It was one commercial break, under 20 minutes. Sequence, Roddy's firing back up, hits a rising knee on Claudio, hits another one, could be going for the win. Ciampa out of nowhere hits him with the running knee. 1, 2, 3, pinfall. Rod gets pinned for the 3. Ciampa reunited with Sylvie. But before they go off the air, Protostar's music hits. Kyle Fletcher comes out, grabs the TNT title, but after a few seconds, just hands it back to Ciampa. Then Fletcher gets on the mic. He's expressing how Ciampa winning the title from the degenerate Mark Briscoe, another guy I love, through not a monkey wrench, but a spanner, into the plans. Of course, Kyle Fletcher's still refusing to wear socks, apparently, and the fans were letting him hear about that. I guess that's not going away anytime soon either, at least until he starts wearing socks. But he let it be known that he was challenging Ciampa to a TNT title match, and that he wanted it this coming week at Dynamite. So what was the Psycho Killer's answer? Was he going to risk losing Sylvie and defend it just less than a week at Dynamite? Well, he didn't say yes. No, he definitely did not say yes, but he did get in real close and kiss him on the cheek. So yes, that is the Psycho Killers saying they have a date, a date for this Wednesday at Dynamite. So that is how the show ended. Ciampa walking off with his music, clutching Sylvie in his arms, and Kyle Fletcher in the ring, letting him know that, as Ciampa said, he wanted to come and be here where the best wrestle, and he was about to find out this Wednesday just who is and the best and what that means, which I have no doubt. I don't know who's winning that match. I mean, that's great. Ciampa got to come in. Huge fan. So happy to see him. Happy to see him get, the respect he deserves, the response from the crowd and all that. Come in straight, be a champ, defend the championship. Is he going to beat Kyle Fletcher on Dynamite? Kyle Fletcher doesn't really lose that much. Doesn't really go down like that. He's one of the best to have in the company, and he is poised to be, one of those people that are the future of not just that company, but the industry as a whole. I mean, he's that talented. He's that type of guy. So, all in all, another great Collision. I mean, let's be honest. It's always good. It's always good. It doesn't matter who they put on there, who's on the show. If you sit down there and you like pro wrestling, you are going to have a good time, and you're going to enjoy the pro wrestling that's on the TV that they provide for you. So again, great show. And it looks like we have a solid lineup from what they announced so far for Dynamite on Wednesday. Again, it's the Omega Swerve face-off. Got Ciampa and Fletcher for the TNT title. Got Statlander, Big Stat Daddy, against Thekla for the Women's World title strap match. And then the three-way number one contender tag match, the Rascalz versus the Bucks versus the Wild Card Mystery Team. Ooh. So that'll be interesting. Who's that gonna be? Make sure to put in the comments, if you have any ideas, just throw them out there. It'll be interesting to see. And then of course Grand Slam this Sunday. That's gonna be great. They don't miss on their pay-per-views. You got the Moxley Takeshita for the Continental. Orange and Timeless against Marina and Yuta, hair versus hair. Babes of Wrath versus Megabad for the AEW tag titles. Lining up for a great show on Sunday. But first things first, Wednesday, 2 title matches, and some serious matches, some serious implications for the other stuff as well. So again, thank you for joining me today. My goal is to provide these reviews and just chat, hopefully, respond to your comments and just open a dialogue. Just looking for a place where we can talk about wrestling without bashing wrestling, because Lord knows we got to deal with that from the non-fans of wrestling, right? We're all fans. We all love wrestling. Wrestling is great. We love wrestling. So that's why we're here. That's why I'm here. Feel free to comment. I will be more than happy to reach back out to you. I will be making every effort. The plan is to have one of these shows after every Collision, every Dynamite, and after the pay-per-views as well, to have it at least up by the following day. So again, make sure you like, subscribe, share, do all that good stuff, and I will be looking forward to speaking with you again. Thank you, and y'all have a good night.